got to add myself. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm Reina Creole, and welcome to my channel. So glad you guys are all here. This, of course, is the Resort Recon live show where myself and a couple of other theme park nerd friends of mine, we get together and disseminate the latest theme park news, take you guys questions, and have a whole heck of a lot of fun on the way. So for today, yet another crazily packed show of theme park news. We've got yet another wardrobe malfunction at at Walt Disney World to show you. We've also got some updates with what's going on with Epic Universe, and of course, like this, I guess what it is. The swallows that return to Capistrano every year, Disney, of course, have jacked up prices on everything starting this month. However, with the increases with the Lightning Lane, we're going to show you that you do not need Lightning Lane at all to get your money's worth out of Disney. So we're going to talk about that as well. So before we get started, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Sure do appreciate that. And I'm going to bring in my first theme park nerdy friend. Of course, that would be Ron Bradley. And nice office. How'd you get that?
I haven't. I was there last night. Actually, that was taken yesterday. But I tried to lean away. Oh, you can't see it. My wife was in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah. The Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah. So I was able to talk to the management and secure them to build an office for me overnight, right in the front of the theme park. My window, perfectly overlooking the front of Food and Wine.
Hopefully, they did not put any LED lights in your floor for you.
They said there's no lighting at night anymore. That's just all broken.
It is so broken. I may have to find that picture, but it's so sad. You'll see this two or three little LED spots, kind of like I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm trying. I'm still here. It's
Oh, I
something else.
got a story. I got a story about last night when it comes up. This is a customer service issue, but I'll tell you.
Oh, well, this is definitely the place for it. And let me bring in our next theme park friend, which of course is Erica from Erica and Roth channel on YouTube. How you doing, darling?
Oh, doing good. Stressed, but good.
Oh, well, hopefully
That
you're here
Halloween
and having
stress.
fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that.
I got excited today. I was in the kitchen and I had the window open and these two little kids came by the house and all of a sudden I heard this, "Oh, that's that haunted house. Oh yeah, that's the house that sells cotton candy." And I was sitting there, I'm like, "We don't sell it, we give it away." But I was listening and it was eavesdropping.
Well,
they were right in,
now you
it
know.
was so cute. Then at the same time, I was like,
make some money there.
I could, but I have to have a business license, and there's a bunch of local politics with that.
No.
So,
but it's fun to be able to, be just, that house, to be able to, give that experience and have people get excited and to just,
I like bringing a little bit of theme park to us overseas. And that's like the mentality that I'm in is, even though we're not too terribly far away from Disney Paris, but Disney's still expensive no matter what. So I like to bring a little bit of that theme park element to like anyone out here who maybe doesn't get to go or will never be able to get to go,
I hear you.
Isn't there some theme park in Germany? Like, there's some big theme park in Germany.
Yeah, it's
I know
Europa
there's one
Park.
in Amsterdam. Europa.
Yeah, Europa.
Because one of those over there is one that Walt saw that he kind of started to formulate his idea about what Disneyland would be in it, but I don't know where.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't Europa Park. That was a different one.
Wasn't that in Italy?
I don't know, but it's at the tip of my tongue. It looks like the park looks very garden-esque. I have the picture
Yeah,
in my head. I just can't remember the name of this park. It is beautiful. I've seen it, and Raph's like tapped out right now. He's not
yeah.
feeling well.
I'm trying to remember from when, not the authorized, the
Oh,
unauthorized Walt
Efteling?
Disney
It was Efteling.
biography.
Huh?
Echelon Park.
In Holland?
And
It says
okay, I knew it was somewhere. It was
Efteling in
somewhere in
Holland.
Europe
Yeah.
that he saw it, and he was just like amazed with just the beauty of the park, how beautiful it was
Mhm.
constructed. Although I think you said it was like, yeah, it was kind of dirty. It's like you didn't like that part, but he's like, that part's easy to fix. But just how beautifully constructed, that it was. So that's what I remember. And speaking of beautiful, so glad all you people are in here. So let's say hello, 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 hello before we roll through this theme
Hi,
park
people.
show. So much stuff to show you guys, especially if it's like, I can't go to the park. There's a way to actually bring the parks to you. We're going to talk about that later on in the show as well. Let's see. Of course, there's Ron says cello. That ranks up there with hello.
Hello.
Good to see that.
Hello to the
We've got
bros.
sort of Poopus Cuber who's in there who says hello to follow the Bradley's fun. We have got Tom F
What up,
in here
Joe?
as well. Says hey, hey, all. Hey, hey, hey. We've got Mike K 1138 who says hi, chat. Hello, hello, hello. We have got the Dapper Vanta crew in the house who says, hey, y'all. Got Goofer35 who says, hey there. Let's see. We have also got Vanda Lewis saying hi to Dapper Vanta crew. We've got Kimberly Ann Hart who is here with us. Hello, hello. How are you doing? And Space Dave 2000, good to see you. Good to see you. Disney attendance is down. Raise prices higher. I'm sure that'll work. We're going to talk about that because every year you can set your watch by it. And I want to say ever since it really popped on my radar, I'm going to say like 2016, 2017 was when there were increases, but without an increase in value. And I think that is what started really throwing people off when this happened. But we're gonna talk about this because you've got some good points. I'm gonna star them so we can get back to them during the Disney segment. And there's Virginia, Ron's lovely wife, who says, "Hola, Lorena. Hola. How are you doing? Good to see you here." And let's see, we have got Tanya Marshall who says hi from Atlanta. Well, hello, Tanya. Nice to see you. And welcome, 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 welcome. Glad to see you here. Little Mouse 27, hello. Says be careful, Ron. Major hurricane coming your way this week. Yeah, have you seen what is it? Is it Lewis? Something's coming. I forget this one guy on YouTube. I think he's Mr. Weatherman or something like that. He has such a cool channel, and he's actually been tracking a lot of these storms. So yeah, there's one that's it's coming this way. Definitely on the radar. Hopefully, it will slow down. If not, something tells me I'm not going to be able to stream on Thursday from the parks if that happens. But
It's another one.
yeah, it's hurricane season. I don't think we are out of hurricane season until
Mm-mm.
mid-November,
Yep.
I think, or something like that. There's a reason the Spanish treasure fleet would leave St. Augustine by early May because they did not want to get stuck in hurricane season. That not good,
Hurricanes
not good.
below.
And let's
Milton
see,
coming the
we have
path. Oh man, are you kidding?
yeah. There's I want to say
Wow.
14.
about three of them. So on YouTube, as much as I love the Weather Channel, I think his channel is Mr. Weatherman. He's really good.
Plus, I think
Let's
he's here
watch
in
his
Florida.
stuff. Oh, that makes it even better.
Mm,
And he's very easy
mm.
to understand and breaks it down for you. It's like, the weatherman in his living room, let you know what's going on.
It
Hey,
says
Taylor Swift
14.
greater than Disney, Star Wars, MCU, and Doctor Who. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got Emily Kruger here in the chat. We have got Dreamer84 in the chat. Says, finally, I got time to watch. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you here. Kathleen Fans2Z's in the chat. That is, of course, Ron's mom. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Rob is here. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you. Says, hey, lady, hello. Happy early birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. Excuse my really bad Floridano Spanish. That's
She's just going to be 21.
Oh, that perpetual 21. I love that. I love that. Tom, we have got, there's one major hurricane. I want to say, I think it's like a Cat 2, I think right now. That's the closest, but there are two other systems right behind that. Thank you, Mike's Weather Channel. That's another one.
I follow Brian Shields. He's there in y'all's area.
Shields. That's who I was thinking
look
of.
Him up too. Yeah, I'll have to look him up. I think it was I'll have to check it out. I think it's Mr. Weatherman. All I know is he popped up on my channel, on my recommendations. I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of like that. I'll go ahead and watch that. With 22 of you folks in here. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ron.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that it's not a very positive thing. There's a bad weatherman story from St. Louis from when I was growing up. It was very, very sad. It's hard. He was the weatherman in St. Louis. Became very prominent. Got a national job on a big national show. Then came back to St. Louis. I don't know what happened to him. And then he was also a pilot, and he used his ability to pilot a plane to leave Earth. I'm trying to say that in a nice way. That
is this someone from Tampa?
Yeah, I can't say.
Wasn't this one?
No. He's from St. Louis. Oh. This was a long time ago. This was like 30 years ago. And it was. He lived very close to me in St. Louis, and that's why it was so sad. Like we all knew him, and didn't understand.
I have one that I'll have to tell you at another time, but just if you Google Action News and weatherman and self-deletion, you'll find it. Let's just say it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Liam McNeil says, Reina Creole, this will be another failure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring everybody down.
Increasing the prices but not improving the experience in the parks will only have the whales they're trying to draw and turn their noses up and leave. Yes, Liam, thank you for saying that. We are going to get to that. And that's something that I've been emphasizing. I would say inequality. It used to be, hey, we're raising prices. But guess what? We got this new thing that we just tacked on that you're just, that you're going to enjoy. Or it was, okay, the price increases, but we're still getting good stuff. So we're going to talk about that. But first of all, I got some cool news to give you guys from local parks. Gatorland is bringing back their Gators, Ghosts, and Goblins Halloween for 2024. I've live streamed this on numerous occasions. This is yet again so Florida that I can't overemphasize just how cheesy fun this is. All of the employees, they get just swagged out with their Halloween costumes. There's candy for the kids. There's your cheesy haunted house that they have, and it is literally such a fun family atmosphere. Ron, have you been to Gatorland during the Halloween offerings?
I was part of it once.
Oh, please do.
I was part of it once, way back in. I want to say I'm trying to look it up. I'm on my phone right now. I was going to send you some pictures. Oh yes, I definitely have some pictures that I could send. This is a long time ago. It was 2009 because Gatorland is what brought me to Florida. Were it not for Gatorland, I would not be here because I was visiting Gatorland on a vacation in 2008 Christmas, and I was talking to the caricature artist that worked there, and he was looking for help, and I showed up the next day to work, which was crazy. And then in early 2009, I was actually flying back and forth because it was winter time, which means Branson was closed, and I was flying back and forth to come work down here. And that gentleman unfortunately had a heart attack. He lived, but had to have a quadruple bypass surgery, and the doctors told him he could not work outdoors anymore, and he just literally handed me the business. He just said, take over. I'm like, okay. And I had to move down, so I was working at Gatorland. That was early 2009, and was very, became good friends with all the entertainment people and Donnie and the entertainment coordinator, and so they're like, hey, what do you want to do to help us out for our, it wasn't called this back then, but it was their Halloween experience. And I don't know, was I playing a zombie or something? My older son got involved. I'm looking through some of the pictures here to try and find myself. I'm mostly finding the pictures I took of other people, like this one. That was we had so much fun.
1 second. Let me blow you up.
It was zombies and aliens was the theme. Zombies, aliens, and gators as you went through the park.
Yes, Tom, you do.
That picture again?
Because along with this one's alligator. So this one's the alligator, but look, there's like this backstage just hanging out in the makeup, zombie makeup.
Oh wow.
It is so
this
much
guy looks like
fun. The undead, they kind of shuffle.
I'm seeing pictures of myself.
They shuffle through the park, and they're handed candy.
Get that off the screen. That's really scary right there.
There's a DJ that they have who is there, and it's a total blast. It's included.
Oh, here's they're still there, Bubba and Cooter.
That one. Yes, Bubba and Cooter. Sometimes they're undead.
He's got a green shirt on.
when they're there, but this is included with the price of admission. And if you're a Florida resident, you get half off. I think they said, half off single day admissions through October 31st. This happens the last 3 weekends in October, starting October 12th. Yes, I do plan to live stream from the park on October 12th. I always live stream this event the first day, every day. Park is open from 10 to 5. So it's during the day, again, kid friendly. The skunk ape tends to be scared kids. So, your kids, they kind of have to not try to spook the skunk ape. He's a little, he's a little shy around the kids, but he'll warm up to it really quick. But again, great value for the money. This is what I would call, it is the first theme park that was in Central Florida. It started, I think, in 1949. It's family owned. I love blowing up Gatorland because there is no place like Gatorland. And I swear we have so many tourists from out of the country that go to Gatorland. It's great. And yes, on the plus side, Gatorland will save you so much money compared to Universal or Disney. Yes.
Oh yeah,
it will.
You pay. Also, here's my fun tip about Gatorland. They literally have the best onion rings I've ever tasted in my entire life down there at Pearls. Those onion rings.
Oh, you have me an onion rings.
I don't know how they make them.
That's some good. They're
the
food.
Thick kind. So the slices of onion inside them are like an inch thick, and then they're like they're super good.
Are they like the fair?
They're better than anything I've ever had. They're literally, I don't know what they put in their breading, but the flavor is so good that they're the best onion rings I've ever tasted. And they have surprising. I mean, they just have like one food stand and some candy stuff, but they have some really good stuff there, and their prices are super cheap compared to any other park. I mean, your
And
burger there is
they,
still like $5-6, not 15.
yeah, and it's actually, tasty. It is. It's on like carnival tasty food level, and also it may be done by now. They have like an inside seating, like ice cream snack place that they have. They were building that when I was there a couple months ago, and they're also building a beer garden as
Mm.
well in the same place because they need the space because there's so many people come to visit, and their small like food locations just get overwhelmed. So definitely do check out Gatorland. Hey Dylan, good to see you. Good
I
to
am
see
I
you.
am
So definitely
I am
check out
close
Gatorland.
to Gatorland. Gatorland's property actually is adjacent to the neighborhood that I live in. So that's how close I am
Yeah.
to Gator. I mean, that's why I live where I live, because I was working there at the time. So I found a place that was close, and I've
Hmm.
just lived here ever since. But it is literally their back 40 property. It hits the line with the neighborhood that I live in. So
Whenever I drive past Gatorland, you know that scene in the birds. Sometimes I'll drive past Gatorland and you'll see like all the hawks and ospreys and
oh
birds
my gosh, there's
prey.
so many
Just
birds.
there's so many of them that are out there. It is the craziest thing to see. So definitely check out Gatorland. That's about, I want to say about 15 to 20 minutes away on the expressway or toll road from
Yeah,
either
it's
Disney
quick to
or
get there from Disney.
Universal. Quick to get there, very convenient. There's other stuff that's around there as well, so definitely check it out.
And
Other thing
they have a
is,
zip line. They have a zip line. Don't forget that you can
yes,
zip line over alligators and
over
crocodiles.
gators.
That
Yes,
looks
the
terrifying. I've seen
graders.
it. It looks terrifying.
I've done it. I've done it. It's a
I love
blast.
watching people just going over it. Oh, and also the big, huge ATV experience that you can get. You go in the big
Uh-huh.
monster truck, and yeah,
Oh, no, that sounds like fun.
that's so freaking Florida. I have to try that. I'm waiting until it gets cooler. But
Well, yeah, budget is a big thing.
another thing to add, Legoland Florida is building a sea life aquarium settings and animal lineup. I have not been to Legoland yet. I'm actually supposed to be going in December when my family visits because I have to take some little kids to Peppa Pig Park. So we're going to Peppa Pig Park and Legoland.
How
So
many?
Legoland is actually in Winter Haven, but this is a very cool addition that they're building, an aquarium because kids like fish, and I don't think they're going to be made out of Lego. I don't think so, but I don't think so. But this is yet again another offering because when we talk about Disney taking things away, Legoland has been gradually building itself up, and very, very, very cool. So
It's still, for me,
let's
like, I
see.
can't get the Cypress Gardens out of my head. And by the way, the Cypress Gardens portion of it is still there, but and it's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that's, for me, that's actually the best part of Legoland. All the Legoland park, it's actually got a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool rides, a lot of fun stuff in it. And then they still preserved these cypress trees in the Cypress Gardens area around there. And when I was a kid, I went
Hmm.
to Cypress Gardens, and it is so gorgeous. It's hard to put into words what you see when you walk into the Cypress Gardens portion of it. But it's Florida beauty at its best, like specifically very, very Florida. So I
Hmm.
think you'll really get a kick out of that, Lorena, when you see that portion of Legoland. The kids are like, I don't care, I don't want to go there, but the adults are like, yes, it's my zen. I can go there and
I am so looking forward to checking it out because I haven't been to Legoland, and I really want to give you guys more information on other experiences outside of Disney that are especially more budget friendly. And Legoland is definitely one of those. So yep, they're getting an aquarium. So stay tuned. We'll keep you guys advised about what's going on with Legoland. And I think Winter Haven is, I want to say, about 30 minutes, I think, away from Walt Disney World. It kind of depends on the traffic out to Winter Haven. It's not hard to get to. It's just a lot of miles to cover. But we'll move on to our next Disney topic before we start talking about Disney's death by a thousand cuts with their price increases. Mickey Mouse loses his pants in front of guests at Oogie Boogie Bash in Disneyland. Have you guys heard about this?
I did the video on that with Pro, so that was we had a fun time breaking that down.
Oh my gosh! Oh, Erica, you're muted if you were talking.
Oh, I was gonna say, was this the same one as Pro, the one that he showed?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Just when you thought, Minnie losing her bloomers was.
Oh, that was clap, man. I'm never gonna forget that.
No, that was
just scurried off. It was just,
like, I can't. He's like, I'm so embarrassed. It was so in character. I loved it. But poor, first of all, I wish we had Kingdom Hearts Mickey at the Magic Kingdom. We don't have him, and that just like annoys me. But anyway, this is the meet and greet over there. Come on. How come we're not playing? How come we don't want to play? How come we don't want to play? Okay, maybe I should have kept that bootleg one there in the first place. Where they? Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, where did that go?
I think you ended up at Savi's workshop. Watch this. Boop, there you are. There they are. There they go. They're down. Oh. He's like, it's the scooting part. The scooting part is hilarious.
Scoots up like, help me, mommy.
Help me. Okay. Oh, all right. Well, can't believe they won't let me. For some reason, won't let me play it over there, but it blocked it. But anyway, you saw that. He poor thing, he lost his pants.
Oh man, I didn't see that part of the video where he was scooting like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
it does. I think there's another one. I think they ripped this off of somebody else, but at least I got a better one here. Here we go. Go back. This is so weird. I'm not a TikTok
writes those
person,
little music tags? Boop, boop, boop.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
See, he lost his pants. He's pulling them up. And then he's shuffling. He's just got to fix his pants.
Play it again.
It's like a 3-year-old hobbling over to their mom. Like they just came out of the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. He's just like, beat everybody. Ah, shoot.
Oh no. Don't look, everybody. Don't look. Give me just a minute, pal. Oh, boy. Looks like Little Mouse wants to come out and play.
Oh, wow. Disney should have hired you to do Mickey's voice. Wow. That is like
Doors, Mickey. And I thought I was the one that was supposed to be goofy.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Ron's imitations kill me. I mean, he's like shuffling off. I'm just like, this is just me. But shouldn't you do a wardrobe check before you?
There's supposed to be
Maybe
somebody that does that, yeah.
Maybe everything checked out fine at backstage, and then it just something came untied. I don't know how those costumes work. If there's like a pull string where you tie it around your waist, or what.
I don't know. It's like I don't know how that costume is weighted or whatever, but Poor thing. He had to
It
Bob,
it
help
makes
me,
me
help me, help me.
for some reason. And actually,
It's gravity.
it makes me think of Aladdin. Actually, he comes out. I can show you the world.
We're like, we don't want to see that one. Oh boy, yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah.
trust me?
Oh my gosh, I. You feel so bad, but I agree with these performers. They even with these malfunctions, they react like the character, would
Yeah.
react. Like Minnie Mouse was like, okay, pull my dress down.
Oh my gosh.
That one was, oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, that was classic.
Suspenders,
Yeah.
Mickey. Suspenders. Come on now.
Come
You got
on,
pants for
dude.
Beetlejuice.
Well, they might start putting suspenders on these costumes if it keeps happening.
They're gonna need to, especially with the Kingdom Hearts ones. I mean, they've got, well, I don't know if the shoe coverings are weighted, but with the pants, and then of course there's like the extra pockets that are in the front. I don't know what material that's made out of. It's kind of like, when they brought the Figment meet and greet, when they brought that, and I guess they did not do a costume check with how it was weighted with the cast member walking in it, because the cast member kept tripping and falling.
Mm.
And I'm like, I don't remember Figment having that kind of a problem with that. So they eventually
They
fixed something. I think they lowered something they did with the surface.
I don't know, but they changed the Figment costume. The Figment definitely had a very different head type when I was there in 2006, and it actually looked better in 2006 than it looks now, which is weird, but still Figment. I just went to do the meet and greet the other day, and I liked the 2006 Figment. He's got like a plastic head now, and before his head had the fur. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of messed up. Yes, please do hit the like on your way in, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's move on to the lovely, lovely Disney news. So, courtesy of Pirates and Princesses,
Yay,
financial
Kiki.
analyst, look at the dollar sign right there. Financial analyst says Disney prices are out of control. You don't say.
Yeah, I know,
Really?
right?
Control. Gosh, for
Have they ever?
years
Have
it's
they?
been out of
When was the
control.
last time they were in control?
Yeah, exactly.
When was Eisner still CEO?
Eisner's the first one who realized that they were way undercharging, and I think the first time that there was like he did a price increase that was almost double or triple what the ticket prices were. When he first came in, something happened, and he's like, "We're charging way too little for these tickets to get in here." I don't remember the whole story. I have to go back. What is it, like 40 years ago? So long time ago. But he's the one that realized, hey, we're not monetized enough.
I also think one of the things that Eisner did, which I really appreciated, started building more resorts, especially value resorts
Mhm.
and mid-priced resorts. So if I remember correctly, when you're when he was introducing a lot of those price increases, wasn't like we're jacking up the prices and you know that's just it. It's like we're building this, we're building
Yeah.
that. But at the same time, if you guys remember the advertisements during that time, like the early like into the 90s, it was, hey, we have all this stuff. And with everything that you get, it's still an affordable trip to take. And they always kept
Yeah.
hammering how affordable it was at the time.
It's because you got everything together. I mean, even in 2015, was the last time they had that big commercial where you get this. I mean, it was the whole song and dance commercial ending, by the way, with Zippity Doo Dah, the
Yep.
Zippity Doo Dah. The traditional Magic Kingdom theme, the traditional Disney theme was Zippity Doo Dah. That was, I mean, Zippity Doo Dah was like, I think that people always thought Zippity Doo Dah, they associated it with Disney, not Song of the South, but with Disney in general. That's why it's so weird to have that song go away. But yeah, in 2015, you still got the free magic bands, the free parking, free the Magical Express, your purchase
Extra
from the
magic
parks carried to your
hours.
room,
Remember in
extra
the
magic hours,
evening?
so much stuff.
3 a.m. in the Magic Kingdom.
Dining plans, you could they had free dining for a good portion of the year. It was all kinds of stuff, and I think 2015, after that, a lot started to go away, and we really didn't, like, I personally didn't catch up to any of it until they reopened after the closures, and they used that excuse to cut so many benefits while at the same time raising prices. And I often think to myself, my tinfoil hat self thinks, let me think, what was the first closure in 2020? Oh yeah, Disney World was the first. Well, not Disney World, but like, I think it was like obviously the Asian Disney parks were the first to announce that
Shanghai.
they
I
are
think it was
completely
Shanghai. They
closing.
closed it first.
And I'm like, Disney led the way with closures, and then everybody followed suit, and then they reopened, and all their prices had gone up. I mean, it's so easy to connect conspiracy theory dots there. I'm sure that's not reality.
It's not a conspiracy theory, because, and I can't remember if I think Chapek had actually said this. The pandemic gives us an opportunity, I'm paraphrasing here, to do things they normally would not have been able to do.
Oh, that's right.
They said that. They absolutely said that. And you saw things happening that it's like, I don't remember that kind of stuff happening in the way that it did. But check this out. So from Cambria Pratt, of course, Geeky Sparkles over there at Pirates and Princesses. If you visited a Disney theme park recently, you may have noticed the costs are up while quality is down. What was once a relatively easy experience now requires much more planning. And if you want to get the most out of your trip, you need to pay a lot more. Disney prices seem to be out of control. Attendance has been declining recently, at least at Walt Disney World, and you guys have seen that on my live streams. You've seen it on, on Ron's live streams. Attendance is nowhere near the way it used to be. And Erica, chime in. Do you remember? Do you remember phased shutdowns of the parks? Like, Magic Kingdom is full.
Oh yeah.
Epcot's full.
Yeah, and they would turn people away, and yeah, they had like a whole system for that. My sister, have a vague memory. My sister saying
it happened every year around Christmas time.
Yeah, and it was during the summertime too.
Break
yeah, during the summer, people would kid you not, they would camp out, especially on the 4th of July at the Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
People would literally.
It's weird now, like the 4th for the last couple of years, but completely dead until the evening. People do go in to watch fireworks, but that's a bunch of locals. That's not the same thing as people vacationing. Nobody's vacationing there. The first time I ever vacationed to the Magic Kingdom with my family, I was 5 years old, 1977. Guess when it was? It was the 4th of July. That was, and I don't. There was a major association in the past, and I can't say that exists today, with Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom, and Americana. That all used to be very connected, and it seems like Walt Disney as a company has wanted specifically to disconnect itself from Americana. For some reason, they don't seem to like their country that gave them all the opportunities they have.
You
It's so
just want to be a
weird.
company with all these like IPs that they're creating, and that's it. No, nothing beyond that. Where Walt was, he had more of a transcendent view of the company than the current leadership now. And you see a huge difference. Once upon a time, when you went to the parks, it was this like transcendent experience. And when you go now it just kind of feels like a theme park. It doesn't feel any different than going to really Europa Park.
Right.
This
It's not like back in the day when I remember going to Walt Disney World for like the 4th of July. That seemed to be like when everybody's family went. And it was just basically America. I mean, a fireworks show that went on forever. You walk down Main Street, USA, the place is like painted
Red,
in
white, and
just
blue.
like red, white, blue bunting, flags, balloons you can get that had, the American flag on it, the food that was there, the entertainment that was there. That was like the place to be. And that was also where people came from out of the country to get that Americana experience, because it's just like we get to go to the States and get to experience that. And it's no longer there the way that it used to be. I mean, they'll do a little bit, but nowhere near the way that they used to, especially with the fireworks show this year. I couldn't believe how short it was. The fireworks show usually go on like, are they going to run out of fireworks? And by the end, no, they were saving the real fireworks for the end. And it was like the sky was just lit up. It would look like daytime by the time they got finished. By the time they got finished with those fireworks. Dance Life at the Kingdom. I remember during Christmas in the past, Disney and Universal shut their gates in the afternoon due to overcapacity. Yeah. And remember, they had longer hours, like till the park didn't close till like midnight in the summer. The Magic Kingdom didn't close until midnight. If it was extra magic hours, you were there till 3 a.m.
I remember those days.
They had, I don't know if you remember these,
3
but they had those 24-hour days that they would roll out every now and again where we weren't closing the parks and they roll out 24 hours. It's very cool. I got to tell a story. This is a good place for me to tell a story what happened to me personally last night that I was so taken aback by. I could not believe. It was the end of the night. So it was 9:00. Everything was closing. We were at Epcot. And I was in the Odyssey, which is where they have, the pickle shake right now and all that stuff. This is what happened to me. And I kid you not. All I wanted now, if you know the Odyssey, and this is a little bit strange, but they don't offer you water like they do at other quick service restaurants, but they'll usually give you a cup so you can go get the water at the fountain. They have a fountain there at the end that has one of those, you can put your water bottle under it and get the water out. All right. So all I was doing was asking for a cup. While I was looking at all of these plastic cups sitting in front of me, literally hundreds of plastic cups, and not one single cast member, they all said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed. We can't do that." I'm like, "But there's cups right there." He said, "Yeah, I know we can't do that." I mean, they were rude about it. I went to three. I went through three of them, and I'm like, I'm like, this is Disney, guys. You guys know I'm going to put this out there just to let you know. This is definitely going out there. I'm going to let everybody know about this. Then there was finally I saw, because, for Food and Wine, the Food and Wine cast members all just had these kind of bland green shirts, right? That's their costume. It's not very, very thematic costuming, but then somebody came out and he had a red shirt on, and I'm like, okay, he's got a different shirt. He's probably somewhere in the supervisory positions. And I went and asked him, and finally he instructed one of them to give me just a regular plastic cup so I could get some water. I mean, I was so taken aback by I'm like, I think I said this to one of them. I'm at a Disney park, right? You guys are Disney cast members, right? And I'm like, they were so rude. I could not believe it. Now, this gentleman that helped me out, he wasn't rude, and he obviously got me the a cup, a literal like what, a 1 cent plastic cup that they give away to everybody, and they weren't giving it to me, all because they said they were trying to get out of there. I'm like, I'm gonna go get some water out of a freaking fountain. It's not even you guys giving me the water. I'm getting it myself. I have never in a million years would I've ever thought that Disney customer service would have come down to that level. I mean, this was literally worse than Walmart, worse than McDonald's, and I'm at Disney World. I could not believe it, honestly.
You know, I'm glad you told that story, because with how much you're paying to go to a Disney park, and with how low the standards have been with their current cast members, it's rare if I run into a cast member that knows what they're talking about. Like, case in point, when I went to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, the first one, and I'm trying to find the Winifred Sipper, right? I asked like 3 or 4 cast members. You would think this is stuff that they would know, right? Or at least know who to send you to. They didn't know anything. And I finally found this one guy who actually knew what he was talking about. And he must have been like one of the last classically trained Disney cast members that were working at the confectionery. But if you go to Universal, this is the stark difference. Universal team members used to be yeah, whatever, go over there and get it. No, of late, I'm telling you, it seems like the cast members from Disney wound up over at Universal, and it seems like they can't do like enough for you. If they don't know, they're going to send you someplace where somebody does know. And the
cast members from Walmart ended up at Disney as well.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But I can tell you, as a formally trained, cast member, there are a couple things that we were trained in always to do. One, you do not say the words "I don't know." If a supervisor hears you say "I don't know," they will pull you aside and reprimand you. And if that happens a few times, you'll get fired. That was an absolute standard. I hear "I don't know" from cast members all the time now. The idea was you would say, you know what? I don't have that information myself. Let's go over here and we'll find you. And you walk with the person to your other cast member who might have that information. Same thing if you ask directions for something. I'm sorry, but where's the restroom? Here, let me show you. And you not only give the direction to the person, but you have to walk literally. Let me tell you, this is very, very specific. You walk a minimum of 3 steps with them in the direction towards where they're trying to go. That wasn't just a standard, it was in writing, like literally in writing. Wow. That you don't necessarily have to walk. If you can, you walk the person to their destination if you have that ability, but you don't always have that ability, but you at least walk 3 steps with them toward that direction that you're sending them. That doesn't happen either. I've literally seen cast members, like let's say somebody's coming from this side and asking a cast member, where's the bathroom? The cast member will be over here and be like that, and they'll be pointing. And they don't even speak.
You don't even look the guest in the eyes? No eye contact?
And I've had it happen to me too, where the cast member does not look me in the eye to address my question.
That is basic. And I mean basic, even retail, you're taught to look at people in the eyes.
Something has happened. I don't know if they're supposedly they are still doing traditions classes, or maybe there was a whole slew of people that weren't trained after the pandemic, and maybe they weren't trained in a regular traditions class, because I heard they're bringing back full-length regular traditions classes. Some recent hires have told me that they've gone through traditions, but I think maybe there was a period of time when traditions didn't exist. It's, I would laugh in the past and kind of call it the Disney indoctrination. Like because in the past as a cast member, it almost felt like kind of I'm indoctrinated into a cult like phenomenon. But now that I look back and I'm like, no, I guess it was really just good customer service, and I see why they needed it.
Absolutely, because that's what I was used to getting at Walt Disney World. It's the
Mm-hmm.
kind of, well, I'm not sure the answer to that, but let's go
Yeah.
find someone who can get that, get that information, for you. And it wasn't like, yeah, I don't know, or they're just mindly having a conversation and not paying attention, to the guests. Yes, there are rude guests. There's rude guests all over the place. As someone who actually started out in retail when I was in high school, yeah, I know about dealing with rude people. But here's the thing, that's your job. So you need to figure out
Yep.
how to handle that. And if you can't,
Yeah.
that's not a job that you need to be in. So, what I like to tell people, especially now, because Disney needs to not the survey when you get home. No, 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 no. That is way too late. You run into something in the park that's not up to standard, go find one of those cast members under the blue umbrellas or go to guest services and you talk to them. Be polite, be assertive, but let them know you are not happy. And I think a lot of people don't realize that they have the power to do that. It's different from when Disney gets, oh, we got this survey and this is what somebody said. Yeah, they'll pay attention to it, but it's more effective if you are right there in front of them and letting them know what's going on. Again, be assertive, be friendly, be thankful, but be persistent. And people need to do that. And I don't think people realize, again, that they have the power to do that. And you really, really do need to do that. Hey, Planet Killer says, what I can't stand are bloggers and live streamers pushing cast compliments for underpaid employees while mindlessly overpaying for trash Chinese merch. We have to limit our spending there as fans. Thank you for this compliment. First of all, regardless of how much they're paid, if there's a cast member that goes above and beyond for you, they wholly deserve that compliment, regardless of if you pay for trash Chinese merch or you pay for overpriced food that's made there locally. Cast compliments should not be linked to the kind of merchandise that's there. So props should be given where props are due. And I do agree we have to limit our spending there as fans. Oh
Yeah, it's
yes.
hard. Even I
Oh
admit
my
that's
gosh.
hard.
That is
Hard.
difficult because you will see all of this stuff. Well, no, I'll take that. Universal, it's like shut up and take my darn money. My darn money, because they have so much stuff that's there. Like case in point, I'm embarrassed, but I will admit my weakness. Okay, so back there to the right, that is the gargoyle diffuser.
Mm,
I love Haunted Mansion. I 100% do. It's one of my favorite attractions at the park. If it's something from Haunted Mansion, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to try to buy it.
mhm.
Embarrassed to say how much it is. However, considering how much I used to pay for Disney merch, I don't do it the way that I used to. There were times when I would go to the park and I would literally my budget for like merch and stuff, no joke, pins, I'd have like $500. I can't remember last time I ever spent that much
I used
when
to
I go
like to
to a
buy
Disney
their
park.
kitchen stuff because I like Disney in the house, but like a very understated
Mm-hmm.
Disney, you know? And they used to have really high quality, like stoneware dishes with bowls and like beautiful layette sets of like kitchen sets, like dishware. And though the prints are coming out with in recent years are still cute, but the quality of the actual like plates or china, and it's not real china, um, has really declined. People are complaining that the stuff scratches easily. Um, and I didn't get to finish completing my Winnie the Pooh set I had started. Like, I don't know, has it been 20 years?
Well, poo. Lorena, I was gonna tell you something because I know where you live. I don't know exactly. We live in the same neighborhood. I don't know where we uh
I'm gonna haunt y'all's neighborhood one day.
You'll come over. Lorena, do you know where the Hallmark store is? In near Publix.
Those are still a thing?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
Hallmark stores are still a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
This
Yes. Have you seen the Haunted Mansion ornaments?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I saw them during the preview. I made the mistake of walking into the Hallmark store and seeing them. Yes.
I don't have any in Tampa anymore.
I will now go in the store just to hit the button and watch the whole thing. So they've got this set of they've got the Haunted Mansion itself. It's about yay big, about like I could fit it in my hands like this. And then they have all of like different sets of going through the Haunted Mansion that are each their own little ornament, like the guy getting out of the tomb and Madame Leota's head and a couple and it actually you can connect these ornaments together, press one button, and they will play through the entire ride. And then as each thing is going, it lights up, and it is the coolest freaking thing.
I did not know all that.
I've never seen anything like it at Disney. Wow. And then I found out that Disney stuff made for Hallmark is exclusive to Hallmark. It's like $1,000, I think, for the whole set of these ornaments, but they're so cool looking.
Jeez.
Yeah, and their resale value is insane. I'm so not kidding you. When you get that, it's like if you see the Hallmark ornaments, especially, it used to be Star Trek back in the day, not as much as they used to, but Haunted Mansion, that is one niche that sells. The resale value on it is incredible. Hey, Tom, the Rogue Attraction says, watch the bathrooms. All I'm saying is too many preteen boys walking into the women's restroom. I'll have to keep an eye on that. I haven't seen that. I've seen the very, very younger ones that are there like with their mothers. I get it. But that's kind of like a different thing. But yeah, I haven't seen that. I'm gonna keep my eye out for that, because if I do see that, somebody's getting a talking to from me for
Tom is bugging me to show you something, Lorena.
Oh, what am I oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, back up a little bit. Where did you get that?
Nice.
I have been wanting this for my birthday. And so my family kind of failed me on that. So Tom had sent me on X a picture and the link of it's a coffee set. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been eyeballing that since like my birthday. So we kind of made a deal. I sent him some Germany mugs, and he sent me the Haunted Man. I told him to keep the coffee because you can't ship coffee out here. It's illegal. So I got what I've been eyeballing since my birthday, and this thing is heavy, by the way.
Hallmark has killer yes, they do. And they are so yeah, they're awesome. Planet Killer says, I'm not against the compliments, but they're worthless. What does that get them? My point is, instead of compliments, one of the richest companies in the world should pay them a living wage. I wouldn't say that they are worthless. I would think from the person who gets it, it is definitely worth something to them. However, I do agree on the wage thing, and this is something that I hit home so many times. Disney executives get an obscene amount of money, but yet the people who run their parks, the people who are most familiar when they think Disney, they're thinking cast members. And it's a darn disgrace that especially during the pandemic, they laid all those Disney cast members off by freaking email. And you had cast members trying to help each other with like creating their own food pantries and stuff like that. while Disney corporate did absolutely nothing. So I 100% agree with you on that, because when I hear cast members tell me, their hours get cut, or the fact that they can't afford to drive home because they live in like Polk County, okay, and they literally have to sleep in their car. Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that. You will not, you will not get
Well, and
pushback
and and
from me on
and a
that.
huge part of the problem is that since the parks reopened, um, the inflation rate here in Central Florida is astronomical. I think I talked to you about this, Lorena, the other day. The
Mm-hmm.
eggs that we used to buy at Walmart for, I want to say $3.50 for 5 dozen. By the way, 5 dozen eggs were $3.50. Walked past this in Walmart the other day, $18 for the same set of eggs. And
Mm-hmm.
rents are nuts. I mean, absolutely nuts in Central Florida right now. Just to rent an apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment, on average is going to cost you like $2,200 a month. So if what I know a lot of cast members do, and it's not easy to do a roommate thing, but I've seen as many as 8 cast members together will go in on trying to
Mm-hmm.
find a house that they can rent. And it used to be back in the day that you could rent a house for $1,300-$1,400, a nice 3-bedroom house, and 6 cast members could go in, and it was easy and not a big deal. Now, $3,500 for a rental of a house that's maybe 2-3 bedrooms and close enough to the parks where you can feasibly get back and forth. It's hard. And so now you have this whole fight of inflation and trying to pay this wage, and people go $18 or $19 an hour is too much, but at the same time you can't. This cycle, it's really, really bad, because the more you raise the wages, the quicker the inflation also goes up. Like, inflation will always stay ahead of the wages, and so they'll literally, because of that cycle, they'll never make a quote unquote living wage.
No,
It's
it's
it's a
more of
vicious cycle. It's horrible.
it's like I don't, and as someone who has an economics degree, I do not like that term living wage. The term I
Mm-mm.
like is the market wage. And that market wage is way lower than it should be. And a lot of it has to do with Disney bringing in a lot of, let's say, workers that are not from the country, because I notice a lot of them, yeah, they do that too. So they're not paying the market wage that they need to, and that they should do, because their cast members need to, for everything that they do. And as someone who works among them, lives among cast members, have been here for years, they need to freaking fix that. And there was a time when they did care about that, but
You,
I
you,
I could I could rant on that
but
for the
but
longest time.
Lorena, the reason they're not going to fix it. There's 2 words for the reason they're not going to fix it. Those 2 words are college program.
Yes,
Let's be honest. Let's be
yes,
honest. The
college
college program.
program, aka legal indentured servitude. I can talk about
Yep,
that when
absolutely.
I can talk about that.
It,
There's a reason I didn't do the college program. I'm just saying. I'm saying. Well, anyway, Disney World Lightning Lane prices go up again with second hike in October, and this is from WDW Magic. Just days after the last price adjustment, and yes, Disney keeps hiking these prices up every time the next fiscal year comes around. They've announced another increase in pricing for Lightning Lane single attractions effective October 21st of 2024. The following attractions will see their highest prices yet. Now, this is per person. 14 bucks. Currently $11. So it's $12 on October 18th. 14 for that on the 24th. 21st, excuse me. Tron is going to be $22. $22. for an
For 60
attraction
seconds.
that lasts like 60 seconds. And if you have muscular calves, you're gonna hate this freaking ride because they designed it for
If you're a
Asian body
male,
types.
you're not going to feel very
I
comfortable
sat in
either.
the back in the old
Yeah.
lady seat.
Yeah, the old lady cart. Let me sit
Yeah,
back there
I sat there.
instead.
I actually liked it better than the actual like bicycle.
As someone who took ergonomics, this is such a Disney fail on so many levels. You take this attraction from Shanghai, built around anthropometric measurements for Asian body types, and then you bring it to the US, where, yes, there's anthropomorphic data, okay, where you have people who have, thicker calves. Shaq would not like this darn, like this darn ride
Jack
at
couldn't ride this ride.
all. No, they couldn't. They couldn't. They could not ride this attraction. They didn't spend the time to bring in ergonomics with the population that they're focused on. This ride wouldn't work in Europe either. Okay, I'm just saying it would not work. But they brought it over here, and it's overpriced, and it looks like Coachella or Burning Man, depending on the time of day. There's hardly any theming, and $22 if you want to skip the line. Guardians of the Galaxy, that's basically Space Mountain with a software upgrade. I still like it, but true, that's what it is. $19. Currently $16, 17 on the 18th. Flight of Passage, $18.
Let me quickly explain something about the lightning lane for Guardians of the Galaxy, since I experienced this last night. Okay, I was there. I did a virtual queue. I got my virtual queue at 7 a.m. and we didn't go on the ride until 8 o'clock at night. So if you do a virtual queue, a lot of people don't realize you can kind of get in there anytime you want if you have the virtual queue. The lightning lane that cost, how much money did you say? What's it going up to? 17? Okay. So
for
I'm
lightning lane for which one? Yeah, right. It's 17, but it'll be 19 on the 21st.
All right, so we go in the building, we get in the virtual queue, we're in the virtual queue line. It looks long, but it moves pretty fast, okay? The lightning lane people were next to us. So there's a divider, and we're here. The lightning lane people are over here, and we're watching that line that people paid extra money to get into is still, I wanted to say 20 to 25 minutes that those people were waiting to get on the ride. Now, we probably waited 40, but is it really worth $17 per person in your party? Maybe you have a party of 4, and that's nearly $80 extra to have a 25-minute wait. When you could have gotten in for free, and maybe just what's an extra 15 minutes? Is it really that big of a deal? Plus, Guardians of the Galaxy has a pretty cool queue. I mean, I love the queue. So once you get to all that, I mean, there's an homage to Disney, to Walt himself in there, and Epcot and Maelstrom, and there's a lot of cool things in the queue to Guardians of the Galaxy. So I'm just letting people know I would not spend your extra money on that Guardians of the Galaxy lightning lane for sure.
And this is something that I've been telling people, and I noticed some other vloggers have done lightning lane. I have never done lightning lane on general principle. Why the heck should I have to fork over extra money to you for something that used to be a value added addition to your general admission price? I'm just like, no.
There's only one thing that I can think of why vloggers would promote lightning lanes. They want the donut. Okay, all I can think of there, because if you're local, right, you know the difference, you know the times to go. But if you are a vlogger, you're in our position, and you want to be the pixie duster, and you want Disney to recognize you and give you some free stuff somewhere along the way, oh, it's my job to promote for Disney everything that's going to cost people extra money. It's not making it bothers me because I know that there's people that gravitate to those channels and to those people, and I'm like, it frustrates the heck out of me. You're not giving my job. I feel if I'm going to do this is I still like Disney, but there's a way to do it and save you a lot of money and give you a much, much better experience than that. But there are a lot of people that I think they get brainwashed into this Genie Plus Lightning Lane stuff.
And yeah, I'm gonna have to show you. I'm gonna have to show you guys that.
To your point, I don't understand how, the locals that are there and they're vlogging either daily or they're live streamers, they see, but the reality of the situation, but they don't say anything. They don't tell their audience, it's not worth doing Genie Plus, by the way, guys. The attendance is low enough that it doesn't really require it. That's kind of what I'm hearing from you, but I have yet to hear it. I mean, like you and Reina say things like that, but I'm not hearing that from any other local Orlando vlogger other than you two.
I will tell people that if you're coming and you know that it's going to be a busy time, okay, so let's say you're coming at Christmas time, those weeks around Christmas, they're going to be busy no matter what. Your Lightning Lane, if you're really wanting to get attractions in, then it's probably worth your extra money at that point in time. You're already paying extra just to go on a Christmas vacation. And if you're the kind of person that wants to be there when it's busy like that, then it's a different mindset than me. I love the Christmas stuff. I don't love the Christmas week. I like the week after Thanksgiving. It's really, really nice. Yeah. Like not Thanksgiving week, but that week right after where there's that dip. That's kind of nice. But yeah, there are times. And if you have a travel advisor, I think is what they're calling them now. What do they used to call them? Travel agent? They changed what the A stood for. They don't travel concierge. Some people are calling themselves concierge. Well, you're a travel agent. Okay?
Sorry.
I know, right? But those people, they are free to use, but you have to remember that they make their money off of a commission from everything that they're selling to you. So obviously those people who are nice, and I know a lot of them, I've been through the training. My wife's been through the training. Both of us have almost become travel concierges. And then we realized after we went through the training and everything that this is not what we wanted to do, because it would have been great in 2019, but like now with everything that Disney's putting out there, they're trying to get you as a travel concierge to push all the price hikes, to push all of the lightning lanes and all this stuff. And I know because I felt that pressure to do that. And I just didn't feel comfortable with that, because it just did not feel, for me personally, it didn't feel correct ethically, because I had to really balance it out. Like I go to the parks every day enough to know that it may not be the best thing to give people the best experience. And my job would always be to give people the best experience, and at the same time to also save them the most amount of money. You want to get the biggest bang for your buck. And you could do that with FastPass when it was free, and now you can't.
Yeah, and here's my thing. And I'm glad Erica brought that up, because one of the things that I did notice when I first started to get into this whole vlogging thing is I would see vloggers talk up stuff, and I'm just like, no, that's a waste of money. No, that's not going to work for everybody. No, you don't need this. You don't need that.
I noticed that too.
Some people, for some of them, or we'll say a good majority of them, they want to be in good with Disney Media so they can get invited to all the cupcake parties. Here's my thing. There's cupcakes at Publix.
Thank you.
Really. There's cupcakes at Publix that taste better.
So much better.
Although I will say the cupcakes at Animal Kingdom, oh my God, they're so good. I don't know who does their food and beverage.
I've had the ones at the confection. So I was just curious.
And
they're not anything to write home about the Magic Kingdom. I'm like, they taste like Winn-Dixie. And I'm not a fan of Winn-Dixie, but it tastes like something you get out of Winn-Dixie. But you go to Publix, they are in a league all their own. in their bakeries, for a grocery store. Okay, for in the audience, when you take a vacation to Florida, go to Publix and hit up the bakery. You will not regret it. And if you're going to be in Orlando and doing the theme park thing, figure out a way to get your rear end to a Publix.
Yes.
Go to the deli and get yourself a good sandwich and hit up that bakery. Anything in that bakery is good. You will not be disappointed.
This is what I tell y'all. I said, here's the plan. You're coming, you're staying to the parks. You need to go to Publix. You can even have Instacart deliver stuff from Publix
We rent a car
to your hotel.
All those red dots are locations.
Yes.
Right around Disney
Google
World.
Maps.
There's plenty of them.
So I went on Google Maps and did the like the whole 3D, and I literally mapped out, because we were staying at the Contemporary. This is when Christian graduated high school, because we gave him the choice anywhere in the world he wanted to go and do to celebrate his graduation, and he chose to go back home to see family and do Disney. And I was like, all right. And we went to the Contemporary, and I mapped out the closest Publix to that hotel. And I routed through Google Maps the roads and everything, because I'm not what you call super familiar, with the area. So I do need some navigation. But with that GPS, we were hitting up, was it Winter Garden was the area. And we hit up Winter Garden quite a bit. And hit up Publix, Dunkin' Donuts, and a few other places, even the Skechers shoe store, because we needed good shoes.
Hey, y'all. I met you guys in the park. So great to see you here. All Publix needs is a dark ride, and they'll be a theme park.
Yes. They need their own confectionery at Disney. The Disney's confectionery should be replaced with a Publix bakery.
That's it. That's all they need. Just roll in Publix bakery. You get your macarons. You get your tres leches cake if you're not lactose intolerant, because I can't eat that because I am.
And the
oh my God.
Oh my God.
There's a Publix at either end of Celebration too. I just noticed that. Like both.
Yeah, the one in Celebration is
if you're
delicious.
I would tell people, if you're coming here to Walt Disney World and you want to see something pretty unique to this area, go to Celebration, stop by Publix, but also drive into downtown Celebration, because it's or as I like to sometimes call it, the real world Stepford. So
yes. Ron, you are so right on.
You're so right.
Yeah, you are so right on that.
Celebration's always had a reputation of being like the Stepford community of the area. I actually had a friend who she's a speech pathologist and her husband's a pharmacist, and they looked into buying in there years ago, and they decided not to because it felt like Stepford. It was too sterile for their taste. They were like, no, so they didn't buy in there.
There's alligators there. It's okay. There's always alligators.
And I see the people and their small little pooches. I'm like, you better be careful, because that's an appetizer for one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, where else can you get a 1,000 square foot 1-bedroom condominium for $500,000?
Yes. $500,000. I said no. It's just not for me. But to get back to this, I tell people repeatedly, you do not need Lightning Lane. No. You have to keep in mind two things when you're planning a Disney trip, when you decide to take one. You have a finite amount of time and a finite amount of money. Yep. The less money you have, the better you need to plan your time. Yep. Disney's website has everything that you need, what the park hours are, what the menus at the restaurants are, what parade shows, attractions, all that stuff is going on. The reason that I'm telling you this is that the best hedge to getting to do all the things that you want to do, or most of what you want to do, one is planning, and two is getting there before the park opens. Mm-hmm. You get to, if you are at the park right when they do rope drop and you go to the attractions, you can get a whole bunch of stuff done before noon. And it is crazy how much you will get done. Most people do not want to get up that early. Too bad. Say, hey, I'll get you guys all coffee. There's a Joffrey's coffee stand right
Mhm.
there next to at the transportation ticket center. There's
Yep.
one right there, okay, that you can hit and bring your snacks and get to the park early. The toll plaza, I think, opens 90 minutes before the park does. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
like
got to be at
about
least.
about yeah, you get there. You get there early. You get the park early. You get to the park early. You get in. You have your plan. You can knock off all the stuff that you need to do, that you want to do without the lightning lane. So you do
Yep.
not need it unless it's something where it's like, okay, if you put it like this, like, you know what, I don't want to do that early in the morning, and I want to do that in the evening or whatever. I get that. Some people are just like, fine, I just want my reservation to go
Oh,
and do it. But when you're
speaking of,
talking about all that money per family, per attraction,
yeah, let me
not good.
reiterate something. I would the most attractions are in Magic Kingdom. So if you are going to do Lightning Lane multi pass, Magic Kingdom would be the place to do it because that's where all the attractions are. So Hollywood Studios has very few attractions that you're going to need any kind of a Lightning Lane or anything like that for. But a lot of people will want to get the Rise of the Resistance Lightning Lane. But
Mm-hmm.
they just opened a single rider line.
They
And
did finally.
so I live streamed it, got into the single rider line, and was really scared, honestly, because as
Hmm.
I wound around through the little rock area, got to a stopping point, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so now we're stopped. How long is this going to be stopped for?" That's what I was worried about because at the time I was kind of on a time crunch, and I wanted to get out of there and end the live stream and everything. So I'm like, if I'm stuck here for like 30 minutes in one spot waiting for them to bring people in, eeks, right? So I stopped there, and I want to say maybe it was 5 minutes, 10 at the most that we were stopped in that one area. And then the line starts to move, and there's a cast member. He opens a backstage door for I think, 20 or 30 of us to go through this little backstage hallway area. And then there's the
Mm-hmm.
door on the other side. And we were ushered right into the room right before where Ray and BB-8 are. So we like that waiting room, and then you go into the room where basically your whole experience begins with Ray and BB-8 and then telling you the story. And I think at that point in time, I had waited 15 minutes basically for the attraction to begin.
Nice. That
And
Wow.
brings up another
that's it.
point.
That's
I
it.
tell people sometimes it's nice to separate from your family. Just
Yeah.
go in the single rider line.
That's what we do. I mean, we don't have to be together all the time, and
Yeah,
we
but
do
in
it
this
basically for
case,
that reason, to save time.
everybody in that line got in together, so it wouldn't matter.
Mhm.
Like they didn't usher us in as now. I can't say that they're going to do that every single time. There's no way.
Yeah.
That was an unpredictable, maybe bit of luck. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if let's say if you were 5 people and you're like, oh, we'll split up, that's okay, let's go. Guess what? You would have gotten to ride together. So weird, but you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
single rider lines don't always work out the way you want them to, but when they do, man, they can be an awesome thing.
Mm-hmm.
Time
Say,
saver,
we're
and
going to
time is
take a,
money.
yes, time is money. The less money you have, the better you have to plan your time. And like I tell this story all the time, my family didn't have a lot of money. I mean, we would save up for like a year. We were visiting family. We were already going to be in Florida.
Yeah.
So it was just, some extra gas and money to go to Walt Disney World. But that was not something that was easy to do. And I even noticed my family wasting money by not knowing the information, that was out there. to do better trips, which is why I became the weirdo that would plan all the trips. I was the commander, like, we need to be here by this time. If you're not here, we're freaking leaving without you. And I have done that. I've done that.
Me.
I
You
told
become a
relatives.
dictator.
Yes, you had to. It's like, okay, you can be sitting out there wherever, or you can be with us at Ohana with the
Yep,
fireworks
exactly.
crew.
Come hell or high water. The
Just,
bus is
people
gonna
are
leave
giving
without
you
you.
the hate stare. Like, how did you do that? How did you? Well, yeah, because I freaking planned it that way. That's what I did. I sat there with my spreadsheet, with my Disney schedules, and all of that. Yes, it's a thing. It's a thing. We do that. I have like my, I would call it the brain, where I would have like this book of just like spreadsheets and stuff on my phone to plan what we were going to do and where we were going to put stuff and everything. That's a thing. But it's like, if you want that fireworks view at Ohana, that takes planning to do.
So,
And Go and Shogi says, when you're from out of the state or country and you've
yeah.
already paid for a ticket, they have you over a
Mhm.
barrel. If the
Yeah.
virtual queue is sold out, what can you do?
We've
Go
hit
early.
that. Yeah. So what we have done, now understand our situation, because we've had family work for the company and we were privileged for so many years. We don't have to necessarily see everything. So we're okay with just if we make to see this or that. If we do, if we see it, we do. If we don't, we don't, because we know we're coming back later to come in to see family. But for those of you who aren't in a situation like ours with those extenuating circumstances, you can more or less find another second or third opportunity to hit that attraction at some point in your vacation. So depending on the attraction would depend on like, could you possibly okay, sorry, you said virtual queue. So if the virtual queue is sold out, this is where we actually did resort, because it was Christian's graduation gift and we were willing to splurge. We did purchase at the time, the individual lightning lane. That was our fog. And we only had to do it once, and it was for Guardians. We had missed the virtual queue in the morning, and then they did the drop again at 1 p.m. and we missed it again at 1 p.m. And I'll admit, it was devastating, because I knew we weren't going to be able to come back into town for like another year to see family. And we had waited a while to come into town and really splurge on this trip. So we kind of said, screw it. And we did the individual lightning lane. Now, there was a blessing in the situation. My son had run into one of his own high school friends from out here in Germany, his graduating class. Their family were also vacationing at the same time we were at Disney. And because I had failed twice to get into the virtual queue for Guardians, her father gave up his spot for Guardians and gave it to Christian. He let him borrow his magic. But, again, it was both their graduation. So it's like one of those things where, as parents, you have that option too, if you can take it or leave it. But if you want to do something like that for your kids, if they're old enough, that's an option. If you're worried about your kids having that experience over you. And that was one of those, we've done that on some occasions where it's like, I don't have to do this, but this trip is about Christian. We don't have to go on this ride or that ride. So we'll splurge on him, but we don't have to splurge on all of us. And it was the same with Tron. I didn't have to go on Tron, but we had to pay for that too for him, because
right.
and he's not wrong. They do kind of have you over a barrel, especially with the virtual queue system. And if you can't get in, you're forced into purchasing the individual lightning lane. And it really sucks. It does. And but you're there, you're spending the money. And I would advise, if you're planning your trip out in advance enough, plan for those incidentals. Only if the attraction means that much to you. If you can take it or leave it, don't worry about it.
For example, if you're like me and living with the land means that much to you, I joke
Go
because
for it.
I love living with the land, and you'll never need a lightning lane for that.
No, no, do not waste a lightning lane on that. It's Florentin says sometimes Americans may not want to hear advice or help from foreigners, thinking they know nothing, but they may be the smartest with all the research. LOL. It's Florentin. Let me tell you something. Back when I used to be on the Diz boards, I don't even like to say Diz out of my mouth, but anyway, I was on a budget, one of the budget boards. I was an OG on that board. We had people visiting from England, from the UK, from Germany. We all like combined like Voltron and had like all of this research and tips, and we would just feed off of each other. Like, we didn't think about doing that. We didn't think about doing that. We didn't think about doing that, either. And it was such a great think tank, to have there. So, yeah, Americans do not have a monopoly on all of like the best information and stuff to do at the Disney parks. I have gotten some great tips from folks visiting from out of the country because you have a different perspective on how you use your time. The same way that someone visiting from, let's say, another state to Florida would have as someone who lives in Florida, but like 500 miles away from the park. So all those perspectives all have value. And the reason why I bring up this site, Mouse Savers, I have used for a very, very, very long time. And why the angle is always to save you money. And they have a great article in here about time versus money. If you're visiting from out of the state, from out of the country, all kinds of deals that have been like put up on the site. It is one of my, I would say, my ground zero place from where I would plan like my trips as a theme park commando. And they're very, very good at helping you maximize your time and your money at the parks. You don't really hear about places like this because vlogging has blown up so much. So usually when people are vlogging, not Ron or myself, we're kind of like a niche market, but most people will be at the parks to give you the varnished experience. Like, you have to have this, you have to have that, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, you don't need the $8 cupcake. No, you don't need the $7 drink with the blinky light on it. Unless your kid really, really, really wants that, you're pretty much stuck, telling people, hey, if you have small kids, you're not getting out of Fantasyland. So don't even don't even freaking try. Okay. If you have small kids, guess what? You're doing half as much, half as fast, and you're probably going to have to change a lot of diapers while you're in the meantime. Things like that. We like to give you the reality. It's like, yes,
Oh,
you can have a good time, but it all boils down to not what the vloggers say that you have to do. It's what's important to you
Exactly.
on this
Yeah.
trip.
I have to mention you said diapers, and I have to mention one very, very good thing. This is going to sound weird, I know, but there is. It's You're going to laugh, Erica. I know you're going to laugh. In Epcot, the maybe the only thing that they did right with the new Communicore Plaza area, there's a uh, there's a private restroom there. They call it the family restroom. They have an
Mhm.
adult diaper changing station in that restroom.
For
And I'm
seniors?
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm
Oh,
certain for anyone that would need an adult. It
That's
holds, I
really
believe,
cool.
I want to say it's close to
huh.
500 pounds that station will hold. There's an emergency
Wow.
button for calling if you need extra assistance, type
That
of
is
thing.
really
Um,
good.
That do
I
they have like a nurse on call or something that would come to their
there's, I
aid,
mean,
or like a CNA?
I know that Florida Health, I think, or whatever, they've got close staff
Mhm.
nearby, but um, you know, it's something that nobody really thinks about a whole lot. But that is the one
Hmm.
thing that I can say. I mean, you know the new Communicore Plaza, Lorena, where they have the stage area and everything. So
Yeah,
they
Beyonce stage. Yeah.
there's some regular outdoor restrooms for men and women there,
Hmm.
but there's the one restroom that is a family restroom, and I was really surprised to find this that they had this adult diaper changing station in there. It's all it's electronic.
Hmm.
It
Wow.
comes down out of the wall so that you can maybe lift somebody out of a wheelchair to get them on that.
Oh
And
my
if you need
gosh.
to change, if it's maybe there's a paraplegic that has this
Yeah,
issue or
yeah.
whatever.
Right.
Um,
Hmm.
No,
it's
it drives home for me because I used to I did a CNA medical skills in my senior year. We had clinicals. So we worked in 2 of the nursing homes there in the Brandon area. And yeah, and changing diapers was I changed many diapers on the elderly. And then my husband worked there as a dietitian.
Hmm. Wow, that
Yeah,
is that is
that's
really
awesome.
that is so awesome, and that makes me think of something else, especially if you are a single parent traveling with kids. The family restroom is one of the
Yeah,
best things that you can ever use, especially if you have children who are not the same sex as you. You know,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
I know a lot of moms were like, I am not sending my young son into the men's room by
Himself.
himself, or I'm not going into the men's room with my young daughter. So they have those family restrooms. Definitely get park maps and map out kind of like where those areas are, because when you're traveling with small kids, you need to know where the closest restrooms are. But my last
it's
thing
really
on
weird, but I will say that Disney's greatest forte right now is their restrooms. Not
for
necessarily
the
always the
most part.
cleanliness of it, but they are located everywhere. They got a lot of
Hmm.
them. They got the family restrooms. Odd thing, but thank you Disney for doing restrooms well.
Exactly. Exactly. So another thing before I get to Wicked at Universal, this company, Magic Candle Company, and I'm still pissed. Disney decided to go with Scentsy instead of going with this local company here. They do a lot of white label of candles for Universal. So when you get the candles that are like Halloween Horror Nights and stuff like that, it's actually this company. And I love talking them up because they have the scents from the park. Like this here, Haunted, where is it?
Ah, I wonder if they ship to
I
APOs.
got it. They should. That's a good question.
I have to go
Yep.
on
So
the
I got
website.
Haunted.
Oh.
Yes. Smells like the Haunted Mansion. Has a smell like the Haunted Mansion.
Mm.
Got Pineapple Whip, which smells like Dole Whip,
Ooh.
but of course they can't say Dole Whip. And my favorite, Pirate Life,
Life.
Does it
like
smell like
Pirates of the
Cool.
bromine?
Caribbean.
I put that in the
Yeah, it
bathroom.
smells like bromine. And they even have one for Splash Mountain. And
More bromine.
this it's like more of like a woody with bromine
Okay.
woody woodsy smell
Does it
with
smell like
bromine. So you
Tiana's perfume?
oh god, no. They started making us before that. No broccoli. No broccoli.
No broccoli, yeah.
No
Well,
broccoli involved. But
I'm glad that one Disney adjacent company makes sense.
yeah, literally.
You see what I did there? You see what I
Yes.
they make sense.
Again, one of us needs a sound machine. Oh, was
But
that a
this
Main Street scent?
yes, they have I,
Oh,
I
the
I
bakery.
really need to do a video on this company and the scents. They have Main Street scents, like bakery on Main Street. Smells so good.
Do
Christmas
they
on
have a
Main
do they
Street.
have a
Game over.
utilidor scent?
That's
No
disgusting.
utilidor scent, but they do have the Rome
That just smells
burning scent.
ranch.
So it smells like you guys think I'm making this up, but I'm gonna find it. You know that scene
Oh,
in
yes.
Yes.
the scene
Escape
My
in
Earth.
Earth,
my
and it smells
sister was
like Rome
talking about this. My niece wants to do her own decorating in front of the house.
Boy.
So my sister was like, made it really cool if we could somehow get the scents from like some of the attractions at Disney. And I was like, wait a second. There's a company for that. So I hit you up, Lorraine. I was like, hey, what's the name of that company again? Send it to my sister. And she literally gave me the emoji that had the exploding brain. She was like, I'm like, you live in the area and you don't know about this company? How is it? I'm telling you about this. You should be the one telling me.
How bad is it that not only did I know, but it's like I have them in my house. But yeah, this is a great local company. Buy the stuff from. They have subscription boxes. Their fragrances are just absolutely amazing. I love their Christmas scents, but I also love their Halloween scents as well. Tiki Terrace, that smells just like the Tiki Room.
Oh.
It smells like the enchanted Tiki Room. It is crazy. Little old Christmas shop smells just like the Christmas shop in Liberty Square. It smells exactly.
I wonder if you could put the oil in a fog fluid and scent the fog, or does it have to be a specific chemical formulation for scented? Because I do have I have a cotton candy scent, but it's not from this company. It's just I just Googled it one day because I was curious if you could find scented, and you can. There's fog scents. It's like it looks like an essential oils. I don't think it is, and it can scent your fog. But I'm wondering if I have to do some research because I'm curious if I could get my fog machine to smell like Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, you'd have to research it because depending on the weight, this is from what I understand. Sometimes some fog machines can't handle the weight of certain essential oils.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the darn.
So it would be a different chemical formulation then, if it's a scent specific for fog.
I would say if you try it in a fog machine, go very slow.
Okay.
Like with how many drops to use. Like you might start up how much water that you put in the fog machine. Start with like 0.01% with that. Oh my gosh,
is that pumpkin pecan mouse waffles?
Pumpkin
they managed to put all that in one.
Yes, this smells in all three of these. I've had all three of these. Pumpkin King, this is the most intense pumpkin spice. It's incredible. It's like, yeah, pumpkin.
I'm assuming that mouse waffles must smell like what Trails End used to smell like when it was a good restaurant.
Yes.
Trails End for breakfast. Gosh, that was the best.
That used to be amazing. But yes, this pumpkin pecan mice waffle, I love this one. Hocus Pocus, this is like a cinnamon broom, I would say. So you know how those cinnamon brooms, you go into Target and it's like, what the heck is that? That's what Hocus Pocus is. So this is like cinnamon on steroids. Pumpkin King is like pumpkin spice on steroids. Then you've got the pumpkin pecan mouse waffles.
I like a good pumpkin and apple scent mixed together.
Like the apple
pumpkin. Oh
my gosh, the apple scent.
I love apple and pumpkin mixed together.
Hey, how come offhand Disney gets to be sponsored by these people and you don't?
Because I'm probably thinking, hey, you can get cupcakes at Publix. I'm too freaking honest.
Come on, Magic.
Although
we're helping you out.
We'd have to come up with creative commercials like offhand Disney does.
Yeah, I'm not that.
Come on, Ron, you could be the producer here. You're the one who's worked in the biz. That's all you.
Although this one here, before I forget, this is so good. Poison apple.
Oh,
Oh my god, those four are my favorite scents to get for Halloween. From this company: poison apple,
This
pumpkin king, mouse pecan waffles, and hocus pocus.
I know.
is
Now,
that a
does
wax
poison
melt?
apple? Does it smell
Yes,
like Rachel Zegler's
Okay.
talking points? Because that would be bad. That
So, what of these scents
since
smells the strongest? The candle, the wax melts, or the essential oils? Which puts out the strongest and for the longest?
the strongest. Dang. I would skip the candles. Their candles are severely overpriced. I do not consider them to be value for the money, especially given that
Mm.
there's a wood wick. I don't like the quality. The
Does it snap,
wax
crackle, and pop?
melts. Yeah, it snap crackles pops. It's like I don't like it. And it's something
Okay.
about the wood wick that irritates my nose. When I used
Okay.
to make my own candles, I would get, I think it was like soy wax candles
Mm.
with the wicks, because certain wicks, when they burn, the ash just really irritates my nose. And the wood wick is worse, so I don't like that. And Go and Shogi is right. For the most part, yes, the wax
Okay.
melts are very strong. There's some scents where they're not as strong, but that's not the case with this one. The wax melts are strong. Definitely the diffuser,
Yeah.
the
The
diffuser
oil.
oils are strong for a more like overall, you know, constant level of scent. If you want
Mm.
a blast to the head, you definitely want the room spray. They definitely do like linger if you want like that immediate shot of
Yeah.
scent. But like over time, the room spray is gonna, it's gonna dissipate. But the wax melt, I usually go for the essential oil, not the essential oil, the fragrance oil first. That's like my
Mhm.
favorite. I get that on a subscription box. So I
Okay.
get like four fragrances a month. So the uh, I love the
Um,
diffuser scents, but the wax melts I love too. And you can kind of use them together. So when the
yeah.
scent starts to kind of go away, you can refresh it
With the oil?
with the oil. Yeah.
I never even thought about doing that. Well,
Yeah,
dang.
I did that because I was like, okay, I'm kind of broke right now. Ooh, let me just put that drop it with oil in it,
Ooh,
the oil
Christmas
fragrance
parade
oil, and refresh
smell.
it. Yes,
Ooh,
go and show
peppermint
you the Christmas
vanilla.
parade. It's so
Ooh.
good. It's so good. Like I said, I'm going to have to eventually do videos on these. I love getting stuff for home. I love home fragrances, and this is a great way that if you cannot visit a Disney park, you can support a local business who does quite a few duplicates. And let's see, once you mail it, you can turn it off. And which one did
Yeah.
you? Yeah, Skyliner. Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't like those.
Smells like
No,
bath.
I didn't.
It's
No,
interesting.
I didn't. No, I didn't like those. I didn't like those at all. But Haunted, oh my god, this stuff is so good. This is such a good year-round one to have. So is Poison Apple. So is Pineapple Whip is oh my gosh, it's
That'd be fun for the
insanely
summertime,
strong.
spring and summer sign, or your
Mhm.
bathroom.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me see, Tom was what's the name of this site? I missed it again. I'm going to put it in the description box as well, description of the video. But it's
Magic
called
Candle Company.
magiccandlecompany.com. So they have their site where they sell these, and they also, again, they white label those candles that you'll find like at Universal. Um, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, but they've also been at SeaWorld as
Oh,
well.
wow.
So yeah, a lot of the scents that they have white labeled there, they definitely sell the candles. Those are the most expensive. Again, I don't like the wicks, but sometimes they will sell the room sprays as well. They're marked up a little bit higher than on their site, obviously, because some people don't, they purposely don't put the site on the candle. I guess they don't want people to know that you can go to the website and buy it. But yeah,
So
it's so good.
so the candle, I'm noticing it's not in a glass jar. It's like it's aluminum. It's a tin.
Yes, it's an
Interesting. Now,
aluminum
could
tin.
I
So it's, Great for travel.
I'm like, could I theoretically put it on one of those wax burners, like where it's a hot plate? Would it
Oh,
just
yeah,
melt
you
it?
can. Yes, you
Well,
absolutely
here's
can.
advice for you. You could do that and just replace the wick. Once the wax is completely melted in the dish.
I might do that. So
You're
I
welcome.
can put like a double wick in there. Thank you. See, this is why I talk to Erica. I'm telling you, you can do this. I'm like,
I have all kinds of hacks. And my family makes fun of me for it. They're like, here you go with your inventions again. I'm like, I'm not inventing anything. I just want bang for my buck.
oh, they've been using it in this company in the Disneyland hotel. Oh, well, okay. I've never been to the Disneyland hotel, so that's good to know. But I really wish that they would sell these in. Well, there's probably be competition, but no, just pay them to white label it. That's all I'm saying. And I think my fragrance box is actually in my mailbox right now. So they have like a subscription service that you can do, and you can get like the fragrance oils. This is what I do. The magic candle box I don't do. The box that had the candle, the spray, there was like a air freshener and like a air freshener for your car, room spray, rack melt, and the candle. I used to do that for a while to try it, and I think this one is 40. Is it 40 bucks? I know the box is 34.95 that has the candle and the room spray, 24.95 for the oils, and 15.95 a month for just like one
And you
one
can just pay
candle.
annual for these too. It looks like they have, if you want to pay for the whole year.
Yep, you can
Then you
pay for the whole year.
just get out of the way when you
Hmm.
can afford to.
Yep, and you
Mhm.
can do that, and it's packaged really nicely. It looks like a present, and
Aw.
really good quality stuff for the most part. I mean, there's some bum fragrances on here, and I've heard they kind of try to wipe those
Mm.
reviews when people are just like, no, it's they're like, nah, it stinks. It's not really all that great. But if you look at what the popular ones
Yeah.
are, like if you go and you see like the pop, you really can't go wrong with these four. I've had all
Banshee,
Banshee
Polynesian.
Flight,
That's funny.
all of these smell good. Pirate Life, all of that. They have their top 10. Then, of course, they have, the spectacular scents, they have the Christmas fragrances, all that, all the fragrances. But yeah, if you go by what's rated there, it all works great. Okay, so I know we talked a lot about Disney, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys these things that are out there to make your house smell like. Remember those good like Disney memories, and you can support a local company. Yes, Polynesian, that one I'm addicted to. I love that one. I love that one. The 10, there's one where you can get a 10 pack, and I always recommend doing this. You can get a pack of 4, which you can put together yourself, or a pack of 10, which has their 10 top selling
Oh,
fragrances. The only one out of this that I don't like is Wilderness Resort. There's just some
hmm.
kind of low note that I don't like, and it kind of stinks. But all of these are flipping amazing. They really are. They're great, especially haunted. You want your house to smell like Haunted Mansion? You get Haunted.
Just for one day a year. Other than that, it's apples and pumpkins over here.
And you will
You
love
know,
Poison Apple and Pumpkin King. Oh, and Autumn on Main Street. Forgot about that.
Autumn on May.
they
Okay.
uh
Wow.
Autumn.
they should do fragrances also like Bernie Bott's beans for the the jelly bellies that taste awful because they're like Harry
Ooh.
Potter. if they did funny fragrances like that, they could have fragrances like Zegler's Attitude. That would just be this horrible fragrance.
Oh,
What
dragon's
it would
breath.
smell like.
Oh, this one
That's so
is like apple,
Autumn on Main Street. That
pumpkin,
has to be
cinnamon,
good.
citrus, sweet. This is again one of my favorites.
Oh, see, that's the one I would be using all season long. But just on Halloween night, I would just do the Haunted Mansion one.
Yeah,
just for the party, to give it the ambiance I want for the party.
Yeah, this one's a great year-round one to use. Pretty much all the Main Street ones are great
really
to use
good.
all year round. There's like, I think one's like bakery on Main Street. That's, oh my gosh, I think there's like ice cream parlor on Main Street. Christmas on Main Street has like the peppermint notes. They're just a lot of fun. But I'll have to break this down because I hadn't done it before. But it's like I've been using these fragrances for like over 2 years, so I think I've got enough information to let people know what the scents are, how they perform. Do you like strong scents? Hey Jerry, do you like very mild
How long
scents?
do they last? Like, do they last a good 30 days, or is it more like just one day? Because with the Scentsy melts, they only last about, and even Yankee Candle, they last like maybe 8 hours, maybe 2 days if you're lucky.
I would say that's about right. I'm gonna have to try it again because you know what? No, I take that back. I usually run them for like a couple of days. I think one time I ran it for like 3 days straight and didn't pay attention because it just smelled so good. But at the same time, I was also refreshing it with like a drop of the fragrance oil. So I'll have to test it. But I will say it definitely lasts longer than Yankee Candle.
Okay, that's good.
Because there's the blister pack there has actually, I think, 5. The biggest one is in the middle, and then there's several others around in the blister pack. So it definitely lasts longer than Yankee Candle. That's the first thing I noticed because I have Yankee Candle too.
Yeah. I get Yankee because it lasts longer than Bath and Body Works. As much as I love the scents of Bath and Body Works because they have such a variety of them. But that's pretty much the main 2 companies out here Americans can get their hands on for home scents. It's Yankee and Bath and Body Works. Now there is a family-owned family out here that they make their own from scratch candles, and they're not, unfortunately, they don't sell in the States. They don't even ship to the States because I had asked, because their little things, I got them right here. This little tiny thing will last you several months. Just burning on an electric burner. I don't know what they do to these things. I'm trying to figure out their formula because if I figure it out, I'm selling.
You know what? Let me go get I'm gonna go get the wax melt. I just realized where I had it. I'll be like right back. Let me go grab it. Talk amongst yourselves.
Wax melting.
I'm
coming up with all kinds of ideas for. Well, I'm coming up with all kinds of ideas for the bad smells. Obviously we talked about Zegler's Attitude, the utilidors.
That's so disgusting.
Walking past Journey of Water on an off day.
Oh gosh, that's like so freaking stinky.
That'd be a funny spray. I mean, that's what fart spray is for, right?
Yeah, I like to. Let's see. This is haunted. So
all of the negative scents that I would come up with.
I have one left. I have one left. I've been hogging this one because I haven't done it yet. But yeah, there's 5 sections.
Okay, and they break apart.
This one out. Yeah, so you have to kind of push them and break them apart. This is
right.
Oh my gosh, this is Christmas Parade. It smells like peppermint and vanilla. So yeah, so there's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the biggest block is in the middle, and you just push it under the bottom, and it just pops right out.
But then you only melt like one section at a time.
Yeah. And like I say, I wind up refreshing some of it with like the fragrance oil, but they last a really, like I said, longer than Yankee Candle.
Good.
Okay, so before we wrap up, because I totally forgot to do that. Yeah, they're fun, but look out for they have a special now, 20% off. But I want to say around Black Friday, be on the
Ooh.
lookout for the buy two get one free sale
Oh,
that they'll run.
nice.
And that's when I load up, is when they do the buy two items, get one free. That's that's like the best deal that you can get. So
I'd love to know what Ron is thinking right now.
Oh,
well,
And his face is turning beet red.
no, my last scent that I put in the chat. European crowd in an outdoor venue on a hot summer day.
oh. I've been there with that one.
I was discussing like the worst scents that you could put in these centers.
We're thinking Cabbage Patch, and he's going Garbage Patch Pale.
Way over that way. But the Wicked experience for the Wicked film is going to be coming to Universal Orlando. And I was out there Thursday for Halloween Horror Nights. And you can already see they're painting this green. The Hello Kitty store, it's like, that's over in Island of Adventure for right now. So they are painting. This is the green portion that they're doing. So I got to see the paint that's going on over there. It's supposed to be there, I think, like around the 30th, but it could open a bit earlier than that. But this is the artist rendering. So this is what it is going to wind up looking like. So I saw the Wicked stage play because Camera Girl wanted to go. I fell asleep. I didn't wake up until the dragon showed up on the stage. I really did.
Did you see Dr. Phillips?
No, we saw it actually on Broadway when we were living in Philly. I took Camera Girl for her birthday. We saw 2 Broadway plays on her birthday, not the same year. The first one was The Lion King, and then we went to go see Wicked. So we took the train from Philly to New York City, and we went to go see Wicked. I didn't really get the whole thing. I'm just paying the bills, but again, the dragon on stage was cool. But apparently, this is like a big deal, putting this on film as opposed to with the musical, and they're making a whole experience at Universal Orlando. So you're going to be able to go in and see the props and costumes from the film. There's going to be special merchandise. There's going to be food all over the place. Like, I guess this is from over Toothsome Emporium. Now, I can't do the milkshakes. I just look.
Oh, avocado toast.
Look. So they're going to have
what kind of bread are they using for the avocado toast?
I don't know. That's going to be an interesting thing. But they're going to have something at Voodoo Donut. So I will definitely be on the lookout for what they're going to have at Voodoo Donut, because I freaking love Voodoo Donut. But that's what they're going to be. That's what we're going to be doing. Yeah, the Wicked musical is a huge deal. Chef Nation says, "Shut up and take my money." See, yeah, I don't even really care that much about the movie, but they're going to have a wide range of merchandise, including home goods, apparel, accessories, toys, exclusive products that will be available both in Universal Orlando Resort and City Walk. So if you can't get into the resort, they'll have an assortment of items also available at City Walk. City Walk is free to get into. The Shiz University collection, inspired by the school where Glenda and Elphaba first meet. This collection includes Black to School essentials like a spirit jersey, duffel bag, tumbler, hat, journal, and more. Studio Mina Lima designs. So we've got Wicked inspired graphics and prints for a cross-category collection, including intricate designs on apparels, accessories, home goods, confections, and stationery. Of course, Wicked logo merchandise on hats, totes, notebooks, and mugs. In addition, fans can find a range of unique items like beautiful fashion dolls from Mattel. I'm so screwed. I love collecting designer Barbie dolls, Funko Pops, figures of favorite characters, Lego sets, Loungefly. Good dang it. Loungefly bags.
And it's really that popular, this Wicked, like,
Yes.
Oh, it's
I have
definitely
mixed
popular.
feelings.
It's
I
all
have mixed
about
feelings
popular.
about it because I've seen the commercials and I'm like, okay, so you got the good witch and the bad witch sister, and all of a sudden they're like family and they're friends.
They're roommates. They're college roommates.
Yeah, I know,
Yes,
but
The Wicked
like
is
you watch the Dorothy one, the original, and it's like you didn't get that vibe, you know?
it
And I'm
is.
just kind of a
There's
little
some
like
really
thrown
weird
off.
things in the book. In the Wicked book that the Wicked musical was taken from, somebody wrote a backstory that literally has nothing to do with the Wizard of Oz. It's just like it was kind of like fan fiction. Is
Okay.
how it started out,
Oh, okay.
and it's weird. The book is really really weird. That's not.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Know,
like, the
but
story
it's become
itself.
a
Aesthetically, it looks great, but it's just the story is where I'm kind of like, huh?
the music is really good. The music,
Yeah. The
well,
music
the Wicked. I haven't seen the
good.
musical, but I just know the music is good.
Mm.
It's very good. I mean, I was
One
tired
of
and
my
I'm not a theater person, so I fell asleep. Oh my gosh, look at this.
That is very pretty. I mean, yeah, like I said, the aesthetic, even the movie
one of
looks,
my
it looks great. It's just the story is weird.
when
Oh, it
I
is.
go way back in my own personal life, I was in a show. I was at a show at Six Flags in 1992, and one of the people that I was in the show with, she actually ended up playing Glinda on Broadway for a spell.
Is that
Her name is
chocolate?
Kendra Cassabaum.
It does look like chocolate.
Oh, speaking of
Which-
chocolate, real quick, do not ever buy the chocolate bar from Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It was one of the worst things I've ever eaten in my entire life. It was
that the
awful.
Bananas Foster bar? I warned people
Oh.
about that. I said, don't
What?
eat
I don't
it.
know.
Mm-mm.
It was a chocolate bar and had like a yellow wrap and it said Tiana on it. And we bought
Yes,
two of
that's
them, one for my wife
that's the
and one for me. And
Bananas
it was,
Foster bar that tastes nothing like
it
Bananas
was
Foster.
it
It
tasted
was-
like a weird spicy.
Look
The
at
chocolate flavor in it was awful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I
That
may
That
we may
is the
have to
shiz.
talk, folks. Yeah, literally. I saw this. I'm like,
I think that's a shiznit.
shiz. That's the shiznits. Like, is that a Stanley tumbler? I would just want that bag, the tote bag.
I know
Take
the
that
bag
to
is
the
adorable.
gym.
I'm like, geez, if I went to the gym, I would totally use that, but I don't. I'm skinny fat, you know.
That's some good swag to wear to Disney.
Mhm. That's the shiz.
Miles
Yep. See, there we go. Shiz University. Yeah, Amanda, that's another reason why I wasn't really too sold on it either. I'm like, not really bad, not really, really. I thought girlfriend
Yeah,
was
I don't-
repentantly.
I'm like, that just kind of goes along with what's happening now in Hollywood.
That
the whole,
modern
villains are
trope really
misunderstood. I'm
bothers
like,
me.
no, there really
Mhm.
are bad people out there that do really bad,
Yeah.
really bad things.
She
It's like-
deserved
it's
to
like the
get that house
Maleficent stuff.
dropped on her. She really did.
Maleficent deserved to get a sword through her
Well,
heart.
I mean, in the original Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent is basically Satan, so
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you kind of got that in the movie. They depicted that
Yeah.
very well.
Well, folks, if
this whole
yeah, I don't like that was one of the things that turned me off about it. If I separate that part and just look at the musical that I did stay awake for, again, The
Mhm.
Dragon was pretty awesome. It's a very well put together musical. It does have an absolutely huge following. I am expecting that Universal is going to get bum rushed when
Yeah.
this gets released. There's just no way around it. So if folks are interested in the merchandise, let me know because they may let pass holders get first crack at this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I will keep you guys all posted because I can already see there's some stuff that I need. Hey Bonzo, stuff that I need. And last thing before we leave, because oh my gosh, I gotta show you guys this because I saw this and I'm like, yet again, dang it. That almost makes me wish that I was living in Hollywood,
Mm.
not really, but they are going to have Universal is going to have Fan Fest nights coming in spring of 2025 at Universal Hollywood. So from April 25th to May 18th, it's
This
like a
is,
mini convention, and
yeah.
this year they're bringing One Piece and Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh my gosh. I'm about to tell my sister because my niece is like at that jujitsu one. She follows that one. And Christian's actually reading a One Piece book he's got in his room right now.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And this is the show from this is the show and this is the One Piece show.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez. I mean, wow.
This is freaking awesome. There's Ro Norizoro. Oh my gosh.
Man, now is the time to be stationed in Japan if you are military. Just saying.
I so wish we would get this in Orlando. But if you're going to be out
Hey,
at
never say
Universal
never.
Studios Hollywood, yeah,
Yeah.
they might drag me. It's just like I don't want to go to Hollywood. Well, if I just fly into Bob Hope Airport and get the heck out, I can probably do this. But yeah, this is a Fan Fest events. It is a separately ticketed event. I honestly think that they're doing this because Epic Universe is going to be open over here in Orlando. But this is insane, and I want to say that this is Universal's response to D23. They're going to have
Mm.
stuff from Star Trek, Back to the Future, Dungeons and Dragons, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Back to the Future is where we would be. That is my husband's. That's Raph's obsession. He loves Back to the Future.
Gosh, I am hoping that this goes off very well. I'm
I don't see
hoping it
why it
does.
wouldn't compared to what
Yeah,
Disney. I, I don't see how it's not going to be.
no. If
It has to do well. I mean, I don't see it not doing well.
I'm thinking if they again, if it they probably have again, if they bring all the stuff that they used over at Universal Studios Japan, yeah, this is going to be nuts. Uh,
Are they going to be bringing this over to Orlando also?
it is possible. The reason why I say that is because there is quiet as it's kept, and I won't say quiet. Most people, when they're looking for anime and manga swag and stuff, you're going over to Mitsukoshi over in the Japan Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
At Universal, there are kiosks on the City Walk where you can buy merchandise from One Piece, Demon Slayer,
Hmm.
Pokemon, Jujutsu Kaisen, all of that. So it's a
Interesting.
huge deal, and that's something that people have been asking for because there isn't an anime like a consistent anime theme park presence,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Orlando has a ton of anime shops. It is huge. December is the Anime Matsuri, which I'm going to be
Yep.
live streaming while I'm there. So 4 days. That's in December, and there's several anime conventions that come through Orlando. So keep my eye on that. I'm so jealous.
My niece turned 17, and I I'm not going to buy her any tickets without her mother's permission. So, and I would have to buy 2 tickets because I know my sister wouldn't let her go by herself.
Well, I know so much stuff, guys, that we had to talk through today, but we definitely like making this stream, you know, informational for you guys, and of course to have fun and unfortunately feed some people's shopping habits. You know, at the same time.
Yes. We are good at blowing your budget or your diet. Take a pick.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the diet stuff yet because baking season is coming. Well,
Oh, it's already
it's
here.
already in some places,
It's already
but for
here.
Florida, it's just like it's probably not going to be till mid-November because it's so freaking hot. So hot down here. Erica, what do you have going on your channel? Let folks know about.
Not a whole lot because it's Halloween, but I am editing a Back to the Future. Sorry, behind the scenes Halloween setup right now. So I'll have another video coming out in a couple of days, and I did post a video of me talking about bizarre and fun treats you can give out on Halloween. So go check it out. I'm just going through this Facebook post that has about 600 comments on bizarre and fun treats you can hate on Halloween, and it was really fun and interesting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my sister loved it. She watched it last night. She was like, "Oh my gosh, I've got so many ideas now." She's like, "And this is all your fault."
Well, folks, I will have a link to Erica's YouTube channel. Definitely do go and check it out. Ron, what do you have coming up? Let folks know about.
We went to Epcot last night, as I had mentioned, and so I'm editing that vlog. That is a family vlog, and we do the Daily Dish 9:30 a.m. As long as I'm doing it from the studio, it's 9:30 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, although sometimes I go live from the parks for the Daily Dish, and the start times can vary because, as you know, when you're getting to the parks, things happen. So, but we try to start about 9:30. But yeah, and then and more vlogs and me showing up who usually whoever asks you or that park place, Jonas or Pro, who knows? I could be all over the place. But as far as my channel, follow the Bradley's Fun. You can find on YouTube, TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. So. Yes, follow the Bradley.
Yes, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Yeah, we have merch now. Actually, I have merch for the channel now that I finally put out, and I'm working on more designs for that. So maybe a Broccoli Hill shirt will be happening.
You definitely need to get a Broccoli Hill shirt, dude. That's almost funny. As for your girl, you're going to get a double dose of me this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be over on Retro Nerd Girls channel. We are doing a watch party for the film Blackula. So you got to check that out. And at 8 p.m. Eastern on my channel, we are doing a live watch party for A Nightmare on Elm Street. So you do not want to miss that. That is one of my favorite old school. I shouldn't call it old school, but yeah, let's put it this way. I didn't sleep with the lights off for like a week. I had the lights on for a week after seeing that movie. It totally freaked me out. So there's that. Sunday, of course, 8 p.m. Eastern is the Welcome to Florida live stream. We're going to be talking about haunted Florida. And of course, man, next week, I'm going to be at the parks for a lot longer than I needed to be. Of course, Monday, we're back at the Magic Kingdom. Of course, we're checking out the Haunted Mansion and possibly a couple of other things while we're there, since I think they are finally, the park is closing an hour later. So it's going to be closing at 11 instead of 10 o'clock, which means more stuff for us to do. Oh, yeah, Mr. Weatherman, that's the YouTube channel. Yes, I did. Thank you, Pikmin is cool. Yes, I have been checking him out. So you have all of our information, which is going to be down in the description box of the live stream as soon as we sign off, and I can update it. I'll also put the link to the Magic Candle Company so you can go and check them out. Please do go and patronize them as well, especially as there's a sale going on. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate the likes, appreciate the love, appreciate the comments, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. Bye.